What's really special about red oak is it's inherently quite varied in its grain structure, in its kind of texture, in its coloration. But with No.1 Common, you get more of that. The approach I've taken in this bench is to be quite free with how I overlap and layer the timber. It's the reason that red oak was so perfect for these benches, because that layering could be articulated by the variation in the timber. When I first spoke to the architects and the team at the V&A East, they were really keen that the bench in some way reflected the life of East London. I worked with local community groups, and through a series of these workshops, we kind of compiled shapes, stories, narratives that we could embed into the material of the bench. When it came to actually telling that story and positioning all of those shapes on this bench, there was a real process of responding to the material. There is an element of needing to manage some of the surface variations, the kind of knots, the cracks, the ripples that exist in a natural material. So much of the decisions we make around the timber that we use, the way it looks, the way we want it to look, is informed by assumptions. And it was really interesting to unpack some of those assumptions and make sense of what I expected from the material, but also what I thought other people expected from the things that I made. And seeing how people responded to celebrating variation, not considering something as a defect, but as an opportunity. I feel like these kinds of projects are really needed to shift the dial, to make people aware that there are these choices you can make. You can use material that is underutilized and potentially more affordable, but also has the benefit of being way more interesting. I'm really excited to see how people respond to the material, how they engage with the stories that are told through it. And I guess the hope is that by being surrounded by this natural material, it will make people feel at home in the space.